Picture a predator whose very breath carries lethal venom, a nine-headed creature of such immense, primal scale that when it opens its eyes, the dark expanse of the universe seems to reflect back at you. Vasuki abandoned the typical path of draconic domination to become a permanent, willing ornament for Lord Shiva. Look at this carving. You see the most powerful Naga king in existence, wrapped quietly, almost protectively, around a stone column. This is the visual record of a king who chose servitude over sovereignty. Reaching this position required a brutal physical toll. While other celestial beings prayed for limitless wealth or immortality, Vasuki retreated to a Himalayan cave and starved himself. He sat unmoving through freezing winters and raging forest fires, chanting a single name. When Shiva finally appeared and offered him any boon in the universe, Vasuki asked only for the right to serve. He sought proximity to the divine at the cost of his own comfort. True devotion prioritizes the opportunity to serve over the power to rule. This commitment moved from the theoretical to the literal when the universe faced a systemic collapse. The ancient texts describe a moment when the gods lost their celestial power to their rivals, the Asuras. Survival depended on the Samudra Manthan, a massive industrial-scale process of churning the cosmic ocean to extract the nectar of immortality. The gods planned to use Mount Mandara as the churning rod, but a structure like this jagged peak creates an impossible engineering problem. No ordinary fiber could hold a rotating mountain. The sheer friction would cause any rope to snap instantly. The gods turned to Vasuki, bypassing military requests and instead asking him to degrade himself into a mechanical tool. They needed his living, breathing body to act as the rope for the churning. Vasuki accepted the role immediately. Leadership requires the strength to step down from the throne and become the physical mechanism of a people's salvation. This visualization illustrates the terrifying physical stress of the churning. A colossal, rigid mass is grinding down directly onto a flexible spine. Vasuki wrapped his body around the mountain, bearing the entire weight of the cosmic rod across his ribs and vertebrae. As the line is pulled violently from both sides, the heat and tension skyrocket. The demons demanded to hold the head, leaving the gods to pull the tail. They treated Vasuki's body like a machine part, yanking him back and forth to create the centrifugal force needed to churn the ocean. The friction tore his scales away. The agony was so immense that Vasuki's lungs reflexively expelled fire and toxic smoke. Because the demons had insisted on standing at his head, the blasts of heat scorched their skin as they pulled. Through the skin-tearing friction and the violent yanking of both factions, Vasuki never uttered a word. He locked his jaw and absorbed the torture so the gods could continue their work. The power dynamic was stark. The demons shouted about their burns and the gods focused on their prize, while the being enduring the most bone-crushing agony remained silent. Then, the ocean released a terrifying byproduct. Look at this simulation of a dense, black, boiling liquid. Before the nectar appeared, the water spat out hala hala, a lethal poison capable of dissolving all matter. The alliance collapsed. The gods and demons dropped the rope and fled. Only Lord Shiva stepped forward to scoop up the boiling mass and swallow it, trapping the venom in his own throat. Vasuki was exhausted and bleeding, yet he stayed. He could feel the searing heat of the poison radiating from Shiva's neck, but he wrapped himself tighter around the god's throat. He anchored himself to a poisoned god. Loyalty is proven by staying to share the searing heat of a crisis. Generations later, Vasuki's endurance faced an earthly test. King Janamejaya constructed this massive, roaring fire to initiate a yajna, a ritual equipped with a magical tractor beam designed to drag every living serpent on earth into the flames. The being who once spun a mountain was reduced to a bystander. Vasuki sat in his subterranean kingdom, paralyzed by the ritual's magic, listening to the screams of his citizens as they were pulled into the inferno. Rather than attempting a futile physical attack, he turned to his nephew, Astika. Vasuki entrusted the survival of his race to a scholar, sending the young man to halt the slaughter using logic and theological debate. Astika succeeded. Vasuki demonstrated that a leader's strength involves knowing exactly when their own power is useless and relying on the skill of others to save their people. When the fires died down, the mighty Serpent King fell to his knees in tears of gratitude before his nephew. He discarded his royal pride to honor the intellect that secured his people's future. This absence of ego earned him a place in the Bhagavad Gita. In this ancient manuscript, Lord Krishna lists the ultimate physical manifestations of the divine, stating, "Among serpents, I am Vasuki." Modern practitioners still observe Naga Panchami as a tribute to this specific legacy of sacrifice. This milk-pouring ceremony connects the ancient myth to a living practice of honoring the king who refused to abandon his post. We often associate divinity with untouchable power, but Vasuki's story shows that greatness is found in the willingness to become the rope that bears the crushing weight of the world so that others may live.